Let's go live to Faiysal AliKhan, who's from Dera Ismail Khan, which is just to the east of South Waziristan. He founded the local aid agency FEDER, which is helping many of the people affected in the area. You're on a webcam from Islamabad, and what we want to talk to you about is what you saw and what you witnessed. You know South Waziristan well. When you were last there 2 weeks ago, what was the attitude of people in Waziristan to the fact that there would be a military operation in the coming days?
Assalamu alaikum. I think that there was a lot of fear surrounding the upcoming operation in Waziristan. There was not clarity as to whether we would be, who would be the people being targeted, and there wasn't a lot of confidence that it would just be restricted to militant elements, but could possibly involve civilian casualties as well. So I think when we were there last, there was a lot of talk about what's going to happen in the operation, an expectation that this operation may affect many of the people, as there's very little distinction between who is a militant and who is a resident of the area.
This is a very tough area. Many Westerners never get there. Outsiders don't easily get there on the borders with Afghanistan. What was the loyalty of those you spoke to in this very rugged area to the likelihood of a Pakistan operation? Who are they loyal to?
I think there has been quite a change after the operations in Swat and other parts of the country that we've seen. There has been a sort of realization that this particular minority extremist view in the area is affecting everybody economically, socially, and in every way. So I think that is something that has been, a consensus in the country, as well as in that particular part of the country. There's been a lot of fear about what's going on. This has been a system that's been imposed on the people in the local area. This is not according to the tribal systems and mechanisms that have existed in the past. So it is seen as an imposed system. There is a lot of fear of challenging this system. And I think to some degree, silently, people were happy to have the military come in for the first time to actually try and get rid of this problem for them.
But what about the dominance of the Taliban and the Massoud tribe and also the involvement of Al-Qaeda? Do the Wazirs inside that area feel comfortable? Do they feel loyal to those now being attacked by the Pakistan government?
Well, this is metamorphosized itself into an intergenerational conflict. If you look at the age group of the commanders of the militant organizations, they're mostly within their 30s and younger people. So there's a sort of rejection of the old tribal structure and mechanism, and it's something that's seen to go against the old ways with the new ways. There's something that I would like to include here, is that this is an area that has always acted as a utility, as a pawn in the game of larger interests, whether it was to install people on the throne in Kabul or whether it was to be a mercenary army for others. So I think that's something which, the people here are very regional. They're not a bunch of people sitting with turbans and long hair who have no idea what's going on around them. This is a big regional game. They understand that. They're fearful. They know that there are powerful interests involved. There is a feeling of resentment against the anti-state elements because it inhibits their lifestyle. And this has generally been a place that rejects central authority. So there is that sort of resentment, but there's a fear to speak out against it. So it's a very sort of gray area, I suppose, the best way to classify what's the environment in the area at the moment.
Could I very quickly ask you about the humanitarian? Your specialty is in sustainable agriculture, third world development, and that's what your organization is about. What do you think the humanitarian challenge is going to be? Is it going to be like SWAT earlier in the year?
I think this is something that's very different from SWAT, and it's something that I would be very interested to get this view across. Here in South Waziristan, we have people that have had an old decade or 15-year affiliation with district Dera Ismail Khan. What in South Waziristan, Wano or Wana, which was the summer sort of capital where everybody would come to, Dera Ismail Khan in the last 15 years has become that place for the tribes of South Waziristan. So it's an extension of the tribal areas in a sense. And us as a district, and as opposed to being influenced by I mean, as opposed to influencing the tribes, we have been influenced by their ways because there's strong sort of mechanisms. We in the district, I mean, we are a local organization as well as other humanitarian actors. We see this according to the ways of the old as a way that they are our neighbors, our hamsaya. In the old traditional sense, whenever there's been a time of need, we have come forward to assist them, they have come forward to assist us. Tomorrow, if we are in trouble, we will go to them. Similarly, when they come to us, it's our duty to try and look after them. So that's the sort of feeling in the area as this being a sort of localized conflict. The reason it's different from Swat is that this is an area which has had a very different viewpoint of the state. Because as you know, this has not been an area that's been incorporated into the state of Pakistan as Swat has.
Faiysal AliKhan, thank you very much indeed for joining us live by webcam from Islamabad here on World News Today.